guys, I'm coming to you today from SimplyMichaelJackson.com with a few brief news updates on some of the goings on in the Jackson world this past few months. Now, unless you've been living under a rock somewhere, you more than likely already know that a judge has ruled that there was sufficient evidence for Dr. Conrad Murray to stand trial on the death of Michael Jackson. Towards the latter part of January, Dr. Murray attended a hearing in which he pled not guilty to first-degree manslaughter charges. His exact words were, and I quote, "Your Honor, I am an innocent man, therefore I plead not guilty," end quote. During this hearing, Dr. Murray also invoked his right to a swift and speedy trial, which means that his case needs to go before the judge within 6 months. When asked why he wanted to speed up the process, his attorney stated that Dr. Murray has been dealing with this for 22 months, and this was the first opportunity that he's had to force the issue in a court of law. He just wants to get on with his life. Now, jury selection is scheduled to begin on March 22nd, although there have been some reports that it has been moved up 4 days to March 24th. We were unable to verify this, so as of now, it's either March 24th or March 28th. The trial is also scheduled to last for at least 8 weeks, and if found guilty, Dr. Murray stands to face 4 years in prison. Also, in a hearing on February 7th, a judge ruled to allow television cameras in the courtroom as long as they were placed in inconspicuous spaces in the back. Now, what that means for us Michael Jackson fans is that in the event that we're unable to make it to California to support Michael and the family in person, that we will at least be able to see part of the proceedings on television. There's been mixed reactions in the community to this ruling. Some feel that it is a private issue and it should remain private. Some also feel that every effort should be taken to shield the children from exposure to the trial. They also feel that televising the trial would just allow an opportunity for Michael to be put on trial again along with Dr. Murray. And on the other side of the coin, some people like the fact that it'll be televised, as they'll be able to see what's going on for themselves and won't have to rely on the media to report on the trial and spin it whichever way they see fit. And we all know that they're good for doing things like that, so yes, it will be televised. Sisters Rebbie Jackson and Janet Jackson have been doing a few television interviews. Rebbie was on The View, I think towards the end of January. She was on to promote her concert tour, which she is doing to support bipolar disorder. And if you didn't know, Rebbie has a daughter who is bipolar and also schizophrenic. Her daughter will be coming out with a book soon, but she was asked about the will and whether the siblings were mad that Michael left his money to Catherine and the children, and that they were basically cut out of the will. And she was also asked whether anybody had plans to contest the will as far as who he left as executors. Rebbie stated that she didn't have a problem with it personally, and as far as she knows, that none of the siblings had a problem with it either. She said their main concern right now is just justice for Michael, which is everybody's concern right now. She was also asked about whether or not the family was aware of Michael's drug problem, to which she stated that she was, and that herself, along with Randy and Janice, staged many interventions on Michael's behalf. With the trial scheduled to start soon, I'm not so sure if any of the family members should be talking about Michael's drug habits or drug abuse or whatnot, as we know that the defense is trying to state that Michael took it upon himself to take more propofol by either injecting himself or drinking it straight from the bottle, and saying that They staged many interventions on his behalf. I don't know how helpful that would be in, you know, Michael getting justice. So I just wish that the family would come together on one accord and kind of, you know, stick together. I'm thinking that no comment would have been better than, you know, stating what she stated, even though it may be the truth. So I don't know, that's just me. But anyway, she was also asked that whether or not she saw a murderer when she looked at Dr. Murray, to which she responded yes. You know, she does feel that he murdered her brother. She also stated that she has been consistently touring since the beginning, you know, that she never stopped touring. And she said most people are surprised to learn that, and I for one am surprised. I didn't know, you know, I knew she did a little tours here and there, but I didn't know it was something that she did consistently. So I learned something from that interview myself. Now, little sister Janet Jackson has been doing the rounds to promote her new book, True You. Janet, who is in the midst of her tour, her number one tour, in which she's going to be performing her 32 number one singles in 32 cities around the country. She talked about how she was verbally abused by her brothers, in the sense that they would call her names: fat cow, fat pig, donkey, and and various other farm animals. She said that she knew that it was coming from a place of love, but rather than confront them, she internalized the pain that it caused her. She also said that she knew that Michael, who admittedly called her names regarding her size, she said she knew that he was doing it because he loved her, but still was hurtful, and as a result she had a hard time accepting herself. She said she had self-esteem issues as well as extreme body issues, and she's just now coming to the point where it took her a long time to be able to accept herself for who she is, to come to terms with her body. She said she never believed that she was beautiful, and that all stems from the names that she was called by her siblings when she was a child. She also said that she just recently was able to deal with Michael's death. She said that when she was in Paris, she was able to watch his videos finally and laugh and cry and just kind of come to terms with Michael's death. She said up until that point that she had never grieved, and she didn't know whether or not it was because everyone else was breaking down and she felt the need to be the rock in the family. So if you're interested in finding more about Janet, then you can pick up her book, True You, Amazon.com or bookstore near you. Also, if you want to see her perform, you can visit janetjackson.com to find out when she's coming to your city, your state, your country, your town. We wish Janet much love. We'd also like to send out some love to Elizabeth Taylor, who has been hospitalized dealing with congestive heart failure. As you all know, Elizabeth has been one of the close friends of Michael, who he could confide in and trust in. She always defended him in death as she did in life, and we just want to wish her well. We hope that you get well soon, Elizabeth, and we are sending you much love. We love you, and we thank you for being a true friend to Michael Jackson. Okay, in rumored news, the two Franks, Frank Cascio and Frank DeLeo, are reportedly writing books about their association with Michael. Also, Sister LaToya is rumored to be writing a book entitled Starting Over, about her relationship with her brother. These are not confirmed rumors as of yet, so just take it for what it is, a rumor. If we should hear any more about this, we'll be sure to let you all know and keep you posted on what's going on as far as the books are concerned. Also, as far as scandal in the Jackson world, earlier this month, there was a scandal concerning Jason Malachi. Now, if you are unfamiliar with Jason Malachi, he is the self-proclaimed Michael Jackson sound-alike. Jason took to his Facebook page and admitted to being the one singing on the album Michael. What he said was, and I'm loosely quoting him, was that, sorry guys, I've lied to many people, including someone today. It was me singing on Breaking News, Monster, and Stay. I apologize to my fans, and I apologize to Michael's fans. I had a deal with Sony, but now that the cat is out of the bag, I might as well come clean. End quote. Needless to say, the fans really took to his Facebook page and they kind of like ripped him a new one for that. And understandably, his manager, Thad Naughton, felt the need to do damage control ASAP. So he said that Jason's Facebook was hacked and that it was not Jason who posted the message. He also stated that it wasn't Jason's Facebook page at all, that someone had falsely created a Facebook account and used Jason's name. Now, you know we fans are thorough and we do our research, and we discovered that it really was Jason's Facebook page, as it was linked from his official site. So then Thad comes back and says that what he meant by phony Facebook page was that it was hacked. So that's what he meant by phony. I don't know what to believe. There's already been some confusion as far as the first posthumous release, Michael. Some fans feel that it's not Michael singing on some of the tracks. For one, Breaking News, that was a big deal. Some people believe it is, some believe it isn't. Some think that you support the album by buying it. Some think that you should boycott Sony and the album. So, you know, it's just a lot going on there. I think that Jason needs to focus on being himself instead of being like Michael Jackson. You know, there will never be another Michael Jackson. There will never be another King of Pop. All the great legends have their own style. Look at Michael, look at Prince, look at Elvis, look at Madonna. You know, they have a uniqueness that's all their own. Sure, they may have had people that they idolize, James Brown, Jackie Wilson from Michael Jackson, and they may have borrowed a few of their styles, but in every case, they incorporated it into their own uniqueness, and I think that is what Jason needs to do. Instead of trying to promote his music as sounding exactly like Michael Jackson, he needs to work on building his own style so that he can gain a fan base based on his own talent and not Michael Jackson. Admittedly, he studied every riff, every nuance of Michael, and he has even copied him in his music down to the owls and the hee-hees, and you know, that's just not going to fly with some of us fans. So I think that Jason needs to concentrate on finding his own place in the music business. Now that's enough of that.